BRS leader K Kavitha is at the Enforcement Directorate office in the national capital. She had been summoned today for questioning at around 11, and she did leave her house in Delhi at around 10:30 and then arrived at the ED office. We've also seen she said goodbye to her husband, and several leaders were also there of the BRS. She's been summoned for questioning in the Delhi excise policy money laundering case. Let's go across to Uma now for more. And Uma, Kavitha had skipped the questioning the last time around, but today she has gone into the ED office. She's also petitioned the Supreme Court against these summons.
Yes, indeed. Kavitha, this is the third summons from the Enforcement Directorate to Kavitha. The last time round, like you mentioned, on the 16th of March, she sent across a 6-page note to the Enforcement Directorate listing out the reasons why she is not appearing in person. That included an appeal to the Supreme Court, where she has said that summoning her in this manner and asking her to come to the office is illegal. She had also said taking away of her cell phone, mobile phone was illegal. And she also said that, she was not asked really to appear in person. And that's the reason why she was not appearing in person. But it was very clear that the Enforcement Directorate did not accept her arguments, and that's the reason why they issued her summons once again and asked her to appear on the 20th of March, which is today. And she had in her letter also mentioned that on the 24th is when the Supreme Court is going to be hearing her appeal against being summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. And as we know, independently, the Enforcement Directorate has filed a caveat in the Supreme Court saying that they should be heard, or their arguments should be heard, before the Supreme Court takes a call on the petition that's been filed by Kavitha. So while on the second call she had seemed defiant and not wanting to appear before the Enforcement Directorate, in that same letter that she sent across, she had also mentioned that she was told that on March 11 she needed to appear because there would be a confrontation or a direct face-to-face kind of questioning when she's brought in front of the other people in the ED custody, for instance Arun Ramachandra Pillai. And that is precisely what is going to happen today, because on March 11 she was told that would happen, but that did not happen, is what she points out in her letter. But what we understand is that the Enforcement Directorate, after asking for an extension of custody, they are expected to produce Pillai before the court after 3 p.m. today. But before that, they are most likely going to be bringing him in front of her face-to-face. And then she was going to be asked the questions about his versions, because as we know, the versions of two people have been very critical in this entire episode. One is Buchi Babu, who is a former auditor and a chartered accountant, and the second is Arun Ramachandra Pillai. So what Kavitha is likely to be asked, we are told, is that how do you know Ramachandra Pillai? And he is said to have mentioned, according to the Enforcement Directorate's own statements in the charge sheet, that she was in fact investing her money in Indo Spirits through him, and that he was kind of a front for her, a benami for her, and that it was her stake that he was representing in Indo Spirits, a company which had got L1 license in the liquor policy that was subsequently cancelled. So Kavitha likely to be faced with Arun Ramachandra Pillai. We are also told that Mr. Manish Sisodia is in the same office, and they may also confront her with her relationship or what kind of a conversations she has had with him with regard to the Delhi liquor policy case. And of course, she has denied earlier that there is no such thing like a South group. So they are likely to ask her then what were the kind of conversations she has had, and those WhatsApp chats, whether she was actually answering those WhatsApp chats, and whether she has any knowledge or memory of those WhatsApp chats which are in the possession of the Enforcement Directorate. Back to you.